Check, check. Can anybody hear me? It's not started yet. If you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? If you can hear me clearly. I suppose all of you can hear me, right? Good morning, MDRT and aspirant MDRT. Welcome to the MDRT Facebook Live show. This is brought to you by MDRT Malaysia. I am Lim Ren En, the country chair for MDRT Malaysia. Now, I would like to welcome you to this show. This will be a 17th continuous series of FB Live from MDRT Malaysia. You will see each and every MCC featuring in these sessions. So from today onwards, 27th, until the 14th of April, which is the completion of the MCO, we will be bringing you every day at 11 o'clock in the morning a very sought after speaker to share with you ideas and also practical methods to help you through this period of lockdown. Now, so today I would like to share with you basically 5 points, 5 things that I've been doing throughout this lockdown with my clients, with my family, and what I've done to myself. So this will be a interactive sessions. I will spend 20 to 25 minutes telling you what I've done, and another 10 to 15 minutes to try to answer some of the questions if you do have. So if you have questions, please hold it, because at this moment I cannot pin your question down. Please hold it until the Q&A session. Then you can type it into the comment section. Then I can actually have a look at it, and we will try to answer as many as we can, provided time has permitted. So this session will end in about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So if you have seen my video that I posted probably like 6-7 days ago on MDRT Facebook page, and also some of you may have gotten it through WhatsApp group or some sharing through your friends' phones and all that. I did a video talking about 5 things I've been doing during this time of lockdown. So I know a lot of you actually was most probably a bit disappointed, and it's a bit tough to be at home. You know, insurance agent and the financial planner are probably the most people who cannot sit down like me. I believe if you're an insurance agent, you cannot sit down. That's why you chose this career. You cannot be an accountant. You couldn't be an engineer. You have to be an insurance agent. So because you like to see people, you like to meet people. So at this period of lockdown, a lot of us suffer a lot, especially psychologically, you know. But yet again, I just want to let you know, our business in life insurance, it is one recession-proof business. In life insurance, it's not about the recession. We don't have to participate in the recession if you don't want to. Recession is only for people who want to participate. Why do I say that? Because our business sells to people. As long as they stand, in the Chinese says, as long as the person stands on 2 feet with his head up to the heaven, you can sell a policy to him. Any other animal is 4 feet on the ground and the back facing the heaven. That one you cannot sell. Those are animals. And as long as they are humans, you can sell something to him. And today, all the life insurance policy are so sophisticated. Even a diabetic patient can buy a life policy right now. Even a person with take example, a cancer patient or a recovered cancer patient can buy a PA policy from you. So basically, anybody can buy a policy from you. The idea of not participating in a recession is what class of business do you choose to enter? We are different from other business. Today, if you are a big restaurant business owner, the lockdown will kill you. Today, if you're a construction business owner, the lockdown will kill you. Today, if you're in logistics, the lockdown may not kill you. You might strive with logistics. Today, if you're a medical doctor running if you're a lung specialist, might not kill you. No, your business should run pretty well. But the insurance agents, we can choose our clients. Other businesses, they can't really choose your clients. If you're a main contractor, you cannot tell an insurance agent, would you like to build a new house? No, it doesn't work that way. You have to go back to the developer to try to build a house for them or something, build a big building. So, but they cannot choose their clients. Their clients is so limited and affected by the recession or affected by the lockdown. But we can. We can choose whatever business or whatever sector of business that we are in. And we can choose our clients. So in a way, we are in a wonderful business. It is recession-proof. If your company is doing 12% and you are negative 20%, something is wrong with you, not with the company, not with the insurance business. The insurance business has never seen a negative year in the whole history, of our, either it's a single digit growth or at least growth. So if you look at it this way, when the market is bad, people will buy more policies. Why? Because we are the safest place to put their money in. So back to the point. What are the 5 things that I've done? Number 1, I read a lot. I've been reading about 2.5 hours a day now. And I would like to show you some of the things that I read. I read a series of books. Basically, I wake up about 7 o'clock and then do about a 2-hour kind of reading. So after I read, then I'll go for my coffee, my breakfast, my run, whatever. But that reading of that 2 hours gives you a clarity of mind. It gives you food to your brain. It improves you in every way. So I would encourage you to read. So some of the books that I read, I would like to show you some of the books that I read. Now, this is something not insurance. This is something hobby that I like to read history. I'm a history buff. I like to read history. So this book is called Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. After reading this book, it gives you a very clear kind of thinking, a thought process, how humans behave. Why do we behave this way? Why do we have children? Why do we believe in God? Why do we live together in a community? Why not humans live like tigers, live alone? So it gives you a great glimpse into the DNA and the makeup, and also an idea how humans behave, why humans behave. So with that knowledge, it actually gives you an advantage when you deal with agents, you deal with people, you deal with clients, because you kind of understand why they behave like that. So the book is pretty thick, and I finished it in about, say, a month. So this is one of them. So some of the insurance book in my earlier years that I read, and I got very good into selling policies. Number 1 is actually It Only Gets Better by Tony Gordon. So if you Google it on Google, Tony Gordon, you will find them. So either in PDF, or you can buy it on Amazon as an ebook. You can buy that, or you can buy it somewhere else if you have other sources. So it's called It Only Gets Better by Tony Gordon. So I've read that book 3 or 4 times through when I was a young agent. So when I become better, so I start reading books like this, The Feldman Method. Ben Feldman is the world champion and also a world record holder on policies that he sold. At 1 year, he sold 100 million USD worth of premiums. That was his record, 100 million worth of USD. And that record still stands in America. You know, we can't even sell 100 million sum insured, and this guy sold 100 million in premium a year. And that was in the 1980s, mind you. So Ben Feldman's method talks about business insurance in a very simple way. So let me just read one or two of the things that he says. It says here, dear Mr. Ling, you will trade, say, take example, your business, 1 hour of your time for $1 each day for the rest of your life. On July 14th, your insurance rate goes up $1 per day forever. Best wishes. Something like that, easy to understand phrases that you can use. What I like about this book, it teaches you simple ideas. Take example, when people ask you, what do you do? I sell insurance. What kind of insurance? I sell discounted dollars or discounted ringgit. So these are our type of clients. So I sell insurance, but I sell discounted ringgit. Would you like to buy some? So what is your discounted ringgit? So people will ask. So my start will be, you know, if you work $1 and save $1, is so hard sweat and really hard work to save that dollar. But you can buy my dollar at 2 cents. If you're sick, not able to work, or the person passed away, I'll pay you $1. So your cost is 2 cents. So that is the insurance rate, 2% to $1. So that's what we do. The Feldman method teach you all this. Very simple idea about business insurance. So if you want to buy this on Amazon, I think you still have. But if you want to buy this on public bookstore, I don't think you can get lah. But one thing you can get is that there's a guy called Vince that actually sells books during what do you call these insurance conferences. So he actually has a few copies of this you can buy from him. So one of the best guy who actually wrote business insurance books that I actually benefit a lot. You can see the book is quite crumbled because I've read it many times. This is Keyman Insurance by Lim Ren En, a very famous financial planner that wrote this book. This guy is, unfortunately, he passed away. The late Lim Ren En wrote very detailed Keyman Insurance on how to value companies and all that. So you can get this during, I don't think you can get this in Amazon. You can get this during insurance conferences or whatever with Vince. You know, this old guy who sells books during insurance conferences. The third one that I read this is from Mdrt. This one when I read when about 5-6 years ago, Mdrt sales idea that works. You can go to Mdrt website to buy this one. This is always available. Okay. So other things I actually read, some insurance book that I actually read. The last one is this, Dare to be Different. This is by Sandro Forte. This is by Sandro Forte. You can see Sandro Forte, yeah. So Sandro Forte's books gives you a step-by-step movements towards top of the table or corner of the table, whatever you want. So it gives you a very clear path on what you should do next, what you should do next, what you should do next. It even teach you how to call. It even teach you how to, even give you a script, how to make telephone calls. And when you're in front of the clients, how to actually make him comfortable and buy a policy, and how to actually, what do you call this, build your clientele, create an ideal clientele. So I read a lot of this through Sandro Forte, and Sandro Forte is very good. You should get this. How do you get it? Go to Sandro Forte website, and I think you can buy a few copies from there. Okay. So the last thing I really like to read is biography. Richard Branson, Robert Koch, and all that. Why Richard Branson? I think he's quite interesting. You know, this guy built an airline when he's in his 20s, 30s. So why Richard Branson? Why biography? Biography gives you a glimpse of a very successful person's life in 3 days. You know, you basically learn how he lived his life and what is his philosophy, what time he wakes up, what he does, and all that in 3 days. So why not? You know, if you're going to learn from a master in 3 days, read their biography. It gives you more perspective. It keeps you thinking and all that. So that is this. So that's my reading habit that I read, things that I read and things that I do. So I spend about 2 hours a day actually doing that right now. So at this MCO, you should do that. You should start reading. Read, and read. Okay? So the second thing I did is I strategize my business. So you should actually know who you sell to. A lot of agents has 100, 200, 300 clients, but you have no clue who these people is. You know them by their name and their phone number, and you do not know what business they are in. So can anybody tell me now, what kind of business are you serving? Do you specialize in what? Hawkers? Do you specialize in SME? What kind of SME? Manufacturer, service providers, traders, whatever. What kind of business are they in? So have you actually looked at your clientele? Have you actually really looked at them and actually determine what kind of business are they in and what type of people are they? And most of us has not done this. This is about strategizing your business. Even a hawker knows how to strategize your business, and a lot of insurance agent doesn't. So my question to you is that you should strategize your clientele. Now, how do you do that? So what I do is that I'll list down all my clients. So you go to your insurance portal website, your company's portal website, you know, and you just list down the whole thing and then list them out. And then you try to filter them with premiums. What is the biggest premium and all that? So once you got that already, you look at the top 20% of your clients. So take example, if you have 400 clients, that is the top 80. If you have 500 clients, that is the top 100. So the top 100 policy, who are these people who are paying you the biggest premium? Once you do that already, I want you to evaluate them properly. How do you do it? So by education, are they from 5 SPM, SPM, higher education? By income, how much do they make? Take a rough guess. If it's an accountant, probably like 5,000, 10,000. Or if it's the owner of a accountancy firm, probably like 20,000. A wild guess. So then you put a number on them. So 5 to 10,000, 10 to 15,000, 15 to 20,000, 50,000 and above, 100,000 and above for big bosses and all that. So once you put a price range on them, then you have a clear view on what clientele are you serving? What kind of clientele in the society are you serving? The next thing is that I want you to put down the client's family, how many dependents they have, 2, 3, 4 children, how many wives, and all this and that. All this you have to put down. Now the next thing is that if you can put a postcode on where they live, that would be good. Why? Where they live, Damansara Heights compared to Sungai Buloh has a different. I'm not saying Valencia, Sungai Buloh. I'm just saying Sungai Buloh, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is that gives you a rough idea where your clients is, and when the next step comes in, I'll tell you, when you target your clients, you have a better idea geographically, most of them, where are they, okay? So habit and lifestyle is very important. Are you the kind of, your client drinks every night? Are you, or your clients are the rich aunties who play mahjong every day? That kind of thing, you know? You want to really put that in. And I just have to stop for a while. I saw Regina Bodoya. Regina Bodoya is the president of Mdrt. Hi, Regina. Thanks for joining us in our Facebook Live. It is a real pleasure to have you here with us, Regina. I know it's about 11, 12 o'clock at night in Florida. And thank you so much for joining us. You know, thanks for the support for Mdrt Malaysia. So Regina Bedoya is the president of Mdrt. Thank you, Regina. So let me go back to this about your business, kind of evaluation. So once you have done that already, I want you to look at the top 20%. The top 20% of the clients, they share some same trait. Means they're either at the same kind of business or same kind of work, or they make around that income, or they behave a certain way. So once you had that already, now you know where you get your best business from. Third thing, focus on creating your ideal client. This is very important. You want to attract the right people to your life. It is just like attracting the right wife to your life, right now. So you have to have an ideal image of a client. So how do you do an ideal image of a client? So that top 20% is what you look at already. So what you need to do now is actually basically reimagine that perfect client into your life. So if, take example for me, my client base is two types. I specialize in two. One is the Chaos Selangor Plumbing Association. I have a lot of clients there. Don't ask me why plumbers, but I just click with them very well. The other is actually the medical doctor's profession. I'm from a medical field, so I have a lot of those clients. So when you have that already, you want to attract the ideal client. Ideal client by characteristic, he must be what? Reasonable, fair, kind. He must be a person who is a believer of insurance. He must trust you, you know. He has to be, what do you call this, of a certain income group and all that. So once you have put that in, 10 to 20 kind of characteristics, once you have written down, very funny, you will attract the right kind of clients to your life. And it has happened to me. Once I decided to do the medical professional business and I wrote down the ideal clients I want, true enough, it came back. The right kind of clients, the one that you want. So attracting your ideal clients is important by building them first. Build your ideal clients, write it down, put it in your diary, put it in your office, and attract them. So the next thing is what you do. Once you have the ideal client down already, you think, where can I get them? Can I meet them in a restaurant? Can I meet them at an association? Can I meet them at a football game? Can I meet them at a badminton game? Whatever that you can think of, that is the place where you can meet them and go and join those activities. So if you are stuck here now at lockdown, it is okay. Once you have planned that out, then you can go out when MOC is done. You can go out and attract the right clients. Now is the time to plan out, okay? So the fourth thing is what I did during this time, during the lockdown, is that I called nearly every client. So I don't know whether you can see my screen. Yeah, I can't seem to share screen right now. It's okay. So what I did is that I did something like this. I just show you with my iPad. So I did something like this, name by names of all clients that I'm seeing. So I will put that down as daily SMS. I'll list down as Monday, I'm going to call this guy, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then by daily SMS, by the calls I've done, video calls I've done, have I sent him a happy meal or not, and remarks. So it actually gives you a sense of tracking on what you have done throughout your week. So like today, I'm supposed to see this guy. So take example, today is a Friday. I'm supposed to call Mr. Alex Chia. So I've not done it yet, so I'll better call him now, you know. So by the end of the day, if I've missed somebody, I should call them at night and really finish up the list and send a call to them and video call. So I actually go one step further. If I know the guy is actually stuck at home with his children and everything, so I'll say, you know what, Mr. Heng, you know, let me give your family a meal. Can I send you a meal? So he will say, no lah, you know, it's okay. But it's okay, insist on sending that meal. Why? When you send a meal, when people ate your food, they somehow owe you something. Do you know, humans are born with a feeling of reciprocal. We would like to always give back, and give back to the person who has been nice to me. So what I did is I sent food cakes, secret recipe is still open, right? Cakes, grab food, sent to their home. And the children will enjoy it. The wives will know, will ask the husband, "Oh, who sent us a cake?" And the husband will say, "Nah, the insurance agent you didn't want to meet that day." You see? So once that happens, it is your chance to go back and ask for a policy when everything is ready, right? So what you need to do now is actually to build relationship with your clients. Have deep conversation. You know, I have a client yesterday, I had a half an hour conversation with him. This guy, when we met face to face, having dinner, he will hardly speak to me basically. We will like have half an hour kind of lunch and gone. You know, we shake hands and he bought whatever he wants and that's it. But yesterday when I called him through the phone, he had a half an hour deep conversation with me, talking about his office, you know, what he's going to do with his manufacturing business and all that. So, I mean, people connect in different ways. So try it out. You might find good people, good clients talking to you. So another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do policy review with every single client. So for these 20 days, I'm going to do like probably 5 a day. For the top 100 clients, I'll finish policy review. When you do a policy review with them, you basically let them know what they have and really clearly tell them what they should do next. Should they be scaling down the policy because of the situation now, or should they be increasing their coverage? Always stand at the client's point of view. Once you are a good agent and you give solid, kind, and to their standpoint kind of advice, they will continue to trust you. All right. So the last thing is I did with is my kids. So if you can, you cannot see my house. So this is my house. I have a nice house thanks to the insurance business. So if you look at my house, we have done quite a lot of things with the kids, like playing badminton yesterday. I teach them how to play badminton. I've been training with my son on table tennis. He wants to be a state player. We bought a new TV at home. The kids wanted a TV. I didn't have a TV for 4 years, you know. Yeah, it's okay. But now they have a new TV. My wife enjoyed the TV also. I enjoy the TV. So you can do things with your with the children. So what I did is that I list down a list of things that I'm going to do with them. Let me just show you for a while. Okay, let me show you the journal. I have a habit of writing journals every day. So you can see this is the things that I'm going to do with the kids. So some of the things that I put down is that clean the house, clean the storeroom, which we did clean the storeroom, clean my son's play area. You cannot imagine what came out from there, you know. Food from maybe 5 years ago. Oh, I found my pen cleaning the playroom. My Mont Blanc pen was in my younger son's pencil box. So the 4-year-old. So you just imagine what kind of things they kept actually. This pen was missing since Chinese New Year. So we did some cooking sessions with them. We teach them how to do pizzas, you know. My daughter was learning how to do dumplings and all that. My wife was teaching them to make bread. My son learns how to make wraps, popiah, you know, the Chinese kind of food. We teach them to do certain things, you know, in life that they must learn. So I do a lot of things with my children. We have deep conversation between me and my wife. We really sit down and talk about things, our life goals, what we plan to do in 5 years, 10 years, so that kind of thing. Do bonding exercises with your children. Have exercises with them every week. Every day at 5 o'clock. I have time with them. Take time to have meals. You know, insurance agents are one of those people who never go home at night, right? I mean, seriously, look at your face and look at my face. Do we go home that often after 7? We don't. So this is a very good time for you to really have deep conversation and close relationship with your family, especially your wife. I would like to tell all the men insurance agents, spend time with your wife. That's something that you really need to do, you know. Spend good time with your wife, with your spouse, with your children, and really have deep conversation. Have a, spend time doing a movie with your wife at home. So me and my wife, we did something else. We started to learn jazz bass and jazz drum. She was a jazz drummer. I'm a quite a good jazz bass player. So we did an advanced class in jazz, and now we can jam at night. So we plan to start jamming again. We've been lacking off for 1 or 2 years, but anyway, we're going to do that again as husband and wife. So there are some simple things that you should do, and you should actually look at it, right? So now that's my sharing. I hope it actually benefits you, right? Yeah, my kids is disturbing me. Anyway, I'm going to open the floor for Q&A. You can actually type in the Q&A and let me have a look at it. So if I can answer you as soon as I can, right. So you can start asking me questions now. So anybody have any question? I don't see any questions being posted. Let me try to find 1 or 2 questions. I promise you I'm going to do this until 3:40. All right? So build your ideal clients. Some of you do okay, let's see. Hi Ren En. How about new agents from Lee Tong Chu? How about new agents who doesn't have many clients? Now, very good. How about new agents who doesn't have many clients? Where should you get your clientele from? Seriously, what can you do? Now, your new agents, either they are not too old or not like 7 years old, right? They should be in their 20s, new agents, or 30s. And of anybody who has a good personality or who is fit to do this business, their phone number have at least 1,000 names, right now. The second thing is their Facebook. You tell me they have less than 500 friends or they have 60 friends. This guy cannot be agent. He's not a very good person. He's not a very sociable person. So what I'll tell you to do is that tell your agents to actually goes back to these two pools, your phone and your Facebook page, and try to post and try to give out good information. Let me just stress, good information, not fake news. A lot of people actually post a lot of rubbish nowadays. I get like probably 1,000 rubbish pages. Recently I had one. This baby was born yesterday and gonna die, and ask you all to eat eggs so that rubbish. Don't post all that kind of things. Ask your agent to really go deep, read from the internet, get good articles, and help his friends or clients to get out of the financial crisis. Post those kind of articles. If you can do one step further, like my agent, what he did is even better. He is very analytical. So he read through 3 or 4 articles and came up with one of his own and sent it to his clients. Now that is value. So when you add such value to your clients and to your friends, they will want to come back and see you. What would be the problem for your agents to go out and see them or to do an online chatting or whatever? What you need to do is to create value in your client's heart. That is what you should do now. So for new agents, please go back to your handphone and your Facebook and create value by giving them good information to ride through this crisis. Okay? So let me see if there's any questions some more. So how do you keep fit? Okay, I ran about 5 kilometers a day. So I've lost about 30 kilos around there for about a year and a half. I still need to have another 20 kilos to go before I can say I'm fit, you know. So, and I don't eat carbs. I'm carb free for a year and a half. So how do you approach prospect during this MOC? Call them. You have a phone, SMS, WhatsApp, whatever that you can do, you know. Call them. Now, this is not a very good time to give cold call, please. Nobody wants actually to. At this moment, nobody would you want a cold calling from a banker right now? No, right? So don't cold call people. All right, call people that you know. Well, know how to start the opening, and we're talking about keyman insurance for business. Okay, how to start? So normally I would say this for a business person. I try to answer all your questions, but you know, there's certain time that I must stop. 7 minutes I must stop. So I'll try to answer all your questions. Now, how do I start business insurance? Very simple. I'll just tell them, you know what, Mr. Prospect, you run your business, right? You have 20 or 30 workers from you. Now, if today you decide to take a 3 months long holiday, who can take over your place? Normally, he cannot answer you, because SME, single person champion. So if they cannot answer you, the next thing to do is to do this. If you can't do it, if you can't get a person to actually do your role, what happens if you pass away? And what happens if you're sick and not able to work? Who is gonna take over your role? The keyman policy is to, number one, protect your family. Why? Because if your business fails, your family will fail. The keyman policy for SME is, number one, to protect your family. Let me protect your family first. Whatever happens to the business, let's talk about it later. Let me give you 3 million in advance, so your wife has this 3 million. And if she can sell the business to another business owner, or if she can pass the business to the partner or whatever, that's good. If she can't, she can sell the business, but she's already have that 3 million to feed the family. So let me just work that out for you, Mr. Businessman, so that I can actually keep your family safe first, right? So, a lot of questions. So sorry. How do you find a? Oh my God. How do you find a prospect from home? Call them. What do you mean? How do you find? Don't cold call. Now, okay, this is interesting. From Ms. Bong, she says, based on the current economy, is it harder for people to buy insurance? Absolutely not. What do you mean? The big policy might have some problem, but the essential policy will still sell. You will sell like hotcakes. What are you waiting for? Right? I think all right. So somebody said, I think I stay at home. The most challenging part is self-discipline. What do you advise to keep up with this? Come on. We are all adults. If you can't discipline yourself, how you discipline your children? Self-discipline means wake up, dress up, and shut up. Look at me today. I'm doing this live. I'm fully dressed up, even though I'm at home. This is self-discipline. But I have to tell you, every day I go to work at my dining table, I am fully dressed. Not with a coat, but at least a shirt, tie, no tie, sorry, a shirt, and pants and shoes. I wear shoes. Now I'm wearing my leather shoes. That is discipline. Discipline, it is about telling yourself what to do right. So I hope I answer your question. So let me just skip some. I cannot answer everything. Do you encounter people who tell you? I don't encounter that. Do you insurance you take this opportunity to make money out of them? How do you handle? Make what money? How to make money out of that? I don't know how. You teach me. I really don't know how. Okay, let me just go down. Okay. Right. So let me see. What apps do I use for listening? Excel file. Excel file is the best. Uh, yeah, Brian Long. I do play basketball in Taming Jaya before. That is years ago. So last question, let me see. Okay. So this question is, should we educate our clients 2, 4, or 6 months once? What do you mean by educate? Educate means what, send them articles or something? Now what I do is that every 6 months I do a periodical policy review with my clients. So I have about 800 to 1,000 clients, so I cannot do everything myself, like, you know. So I have 4 staff that serves my clients. So one of the staff, Melissa, handles customer experience. So what she does is that she actually send out policy reviews every month to every client that have 1 month's birthday before. So we do a policy review online with them and also call them. That is what we do. So education comes in as you like, you know. You can send articles and all that, but do have a constant kind of what do you call this, connection with them. All right. So let me answer one last question. One final one. Oh, wow. Example, how you call clients at this period and the script. So all the clients that I call is people I know. I don't cold call. So basically, there's no script. What is the script? It's like, so if I call you, hey, Honje, how are you? How are you doing? Are you keeping well? How's your children? How's your wife? Da, 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 da. Normal, family, friend kind of call. Right now. So offer to do a policy review, offer to do something for them, offer to send them food, tell them to keep safe. If you have face masks, offer to send it to them, or they cannot get it or whatever. You know, try something and send information, whatever. So I don't really have a script, but because most of them are my clients already, or they are already family friends, so I think it's just natural to talk like a friend, like a really good friend. Okay. So that's all. I think that's okay. Hayati said, can we cold call during COVID-19? I don't think it's best to cold call nowadays, okay? All right. So, final question. How do you make notes from books? I don't. I basically, like what I did with Sandro, do I make notes? I don't make notes with Sandro. If I use, oh, I don't have a habit of making notes physically, but if I use a, what do you call this, a book reader, like Apple Books or EPUB or whatever, then I make notes on them. So it's easier to actually follow through. All right. So thank you so much for coming in. It's 11:40. I promise you that we'll end this in 40 minutes. And there is 1,300 people watching this. So thank you very much on coming on. I really enjoyed sharing this with you. So let me just do a quick recap of 5 things that you do. Number 1, you read. You read a lot to fill up your brain, to really learn. Number 2 is that you list down your client and strategize your clientele. Know where your client is. Number 3, strategize, focus and attract the right clientele to yourself. All right? Focus and track and write down the right clientele to yourself. Number 4, all your clients communicate, send them right information, do policy reviews, call them every day, call 20, 25 people every day to actually make that call, okay? The final thing is really have deep conversation and relationship with your wife, your children, and play with your children, have lunch, coffee, tea break with your family member, talk to your mother, you know, one of the important things, talk to your parents, and really enjoy these 20 days at home. I think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to really sit back and enjoy family, right? So thank you so much for staying with me. I just wanted to show you two, my children. Come. So this is my youngest daughter. Say hi. This is my eldest son. He plays table tennis seriously. And my second daughter at the back. So say bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you, MDRT. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow, Man Mohan will be here sharing with you. If you can, we can. So Manmohan is a 26 years MDRT member, a past country chair for Malaysia, and also a regional vice president of MDRT. He has everything you need as the man to share with you the ideals, the sales idea, and also the virtue and core values of MDRT member. Stay tuned, and I will end the meeting right now. I'll see you tomorrow, same time at 11 o'clock, MDRT Malaysia FB Live. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye.